How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Osprey Arcane Hip Fanny Pack. This particular bag comes in a color of Botanica, this one, and it retails for $60. Let's go ahead and talk about the bag itself. This bag is a relatively simplistic design. The material is made of a 100% recycled, I believe it's like a canvas nylon. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it feels like pretty much like a canvas. And the strap is basic. It's a nylon strap. And yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the features of this bag. All right, let me talk about the features of this bag. So this bag is meant to be worn, I think it's mostly meant to be worn as a fanny pack. It's got a buckle strap, a typical plain simple buckle strap. Nothing special, not magnetic or anything like that. And then it has a simple Osprey brand right here, you can see. There's some straps on the side here, and these are for compression to keep the bag compressed when it's filled up to capacity. And then yeah, let me jump into, I think that about does it. There is a hidden pocket on the back, and it's the material is somewhat soft. I wouldn't say it's like completely soft, the inside, but it is softer than the canvas itself, on one side at least. But it is black on the inside, on one side, and then it's the green color on the outside. So there's that. So accessing the inside of this, the main part of this bag, is done with these. There's some small magnets here on the edges, and it just basically, it's a magnetic closure flap. And when you open this up, it expands, and you can insert all your items in here, whatever you want to put in here. The inside does have a zippered pocket, one zippered pocket in here, and then that's about it. There's no other organization within the bag itself. The inside has a lighter color than the green on the inside, so it is good that it's not a darker color, so it's easier to find items when you need to find them when you're rummaging through your bag. But that about does it. You would think that, or that about does it for the features. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the pros and cons now. So let me talk about the things I don't like about this bag. First of all, the strap. It's super simplistic to the point where I just don't feel like it's like something you wouldn't really want to wear this over your shoulder. For one, there's no padding on it. It's just a strap. So that's why I think it's mainly used for just to be a fanny pack. So the strap is minimal. It's pretty cheap if you ask me. The magnetic closure, although nice, the way they designed the opening is sort of hard to get stuff in and out. So when you actually want to close this up, you've got to get this little flap right here, and you got to tuck it under here. And I think the reason they did that was so that way, like when I talked about that other alpaca bag, it was possible for things to just fall out. Well, on this bag, if you tilt it over, it's almost impossible for stuff to fall out because that flap is tucked under here, so nothing can actually come out of it. But because that is there, it just makes it harder to like get in and out of the bag itself. So it's kind of a pain. And then the inside, another con that I don't like is there's basically no organizational features in there. So there's no extra like little mesh pockets or anything for you to kind of organize things. It's just a giant pocket, one giant massive pocket area. There is a zippered pocket here. And that's nice, but that's about it. So there's really no organization to this. It's just throw all your things in there. And the bag itself, to me, just feels kind of cheap, especially for the price of $60. $60 It's on sale right now. You can find it on Amazon for $45, but even at $45, I just don't think this thing is worth it. This thing is just like no better than the next a cheap fanny pack, if you ask me. All right, so to be honest, I can't really say any. There's really not a whole lot of positives to talk about with this bag. Obviously, it's an Osprey bag, so you know, with Osprey comes quality. So yeah, the bag is made well and everything. You know, you don't need to expect that this bag is gonna fall apart anytime soon. It's pretty sturdy and durable. I just feel like for the price of $60, it's just like it's super simple and cheap. Not something that you'd expect for $60. And then also the opening was just a problem, and then this is kind of like this part right here. I don't know why they wouldn't put a pocket right here. This is just kind of for aesthetics, but they should have put another additional zippered pocket on the outside. So yeah, just to make a long story short, I find really no positives in purchasing this bag. All right, let me go ahead and put some items in here and see how it holds up and see what it looks like when it's filled up. So I'm gonna just start off by putting my wallet in here, AirPods, power bank, keys, tripod, cables, and camera, lens cleaner, some glasses, sunglasses, and then I will fold this over. There you go. Oh, it doesn't magnetically clasp, as you can see with it full. It's barely holds on. I think stuff can actually fall out if you're not careful. Yeah, but again, when I put everything in there, I literally just threw everything in there. Nothing is like organized. Okay, I'm wearing this now as a sling, and I can tell you already it doesn't feel comfortable. The strap doesn't feel comfortable on my neck. It's kind of rough. I don't know, it just doesn't feel normal. And I don't know how long you can actually stretch this out. I have it almost to the max, and it's still kind of high. So I think this was primarily made to be a fanny pack, but the problem there is if I turn it into a fanny pack, it doesn't like, when it's loaded up, it falls off my body. There's no like, it just feels clunky. Like it almost feels like it's gonna slide off. I have it super tight right now, so it's tight on my body, but it still feels like it's gonna fall, like sag down. It just doesn't feel comfortable, but you can see what it looks like. So my final thoughts on this bag, again, I didn't find a whole lot of positives to say about this bag. So with that high price tag it has, and all the and the lack of organization, and just the way it's kind of clunky to operate this thing, the strap isn't very comfortable. It's adjusting, it's difficult. I'm gonna have to give this a 3 out of 10. As always, if you found this video to be helpful, then go ahead and hit that like button down below, and please consider subscribing to our channel. See you in our next review.